Good evening, dear users. This is the game 7 Day to Die, and I'm Alex, share game. Propose to start today with the story about cactus named Spike, then continue with the facts about Van Pimps and finish deep in knowledge about the game. Once upon a time there was a cactus named Spike. Spike was unique in his own way. While all of his cactus counterparts had sharp and large thorns, Spike has smaller and softer ones. However, what made Spike stand out the most was that he couldn't grow yucca fruits, which were very popular among the people who survived the zombie apocalypse. The people in the community would roam around the barren land looking for yucca fruits for refreshments. They would often cut down hundreds of cacti in search of these fruits, but every time they came across Spike, they left him intact. Spike was happy that he was spared from the axe. Even though he couldn't bear the fruits they were after. He was proud to be unique and different from the others. Spike was surprised to find the yucca fruit growing on him after the heavy rain. He was worried that this would attract the attention of the people in the community, who would come to cut him down like they did with the other cacti. But before Spike could ponder more on this thought, a group of zombies ran past him, and one of them fell on him, knocking the yucca fruit off of him and onto the ground. Spike was relieved. As the sun began to set, a group of survivors appeared on the horizon, battling their way toward Spike. They had come to fight off the zombies in the area. The survivors were battle-hardened, and they had no time for distractions. They quickly dispatched the zombies and made their way through the area, leaving Spike untouched. From that day forward, Spike was no longer afraid of being cut down. He realized that he was unique, and that made him special. His small thorns may not have been as sharp as the others, and he may not have been able to grow yucca fruits, but he had something that was just as valuable. It is lucky and positive life experience. Spike watched as a disheveled survivor walked past him, carrying a notebook. As the survivor approached, Spike could sense that this person was different from the others. He felt a strong sense of familiarity with him. To his surprise, the survivor stopped and started examining the remains of the zombie that had fallen on him earlier. Spike's intuition was spot on. The survivor was a philosopher who had been searching for inspiration on this barren wasteland. He had been looking for something that would catch his attention and spark his creativity. And Spike has unwittingly provided just that. The philosopher put on his glasses and carefully examined the remains of zombie on Spike. Then he looked around at the hundreds of shredded cacti and let out a deep grunt. He started writing in his notebook, and Spike could see that he was immortalizing his history in words. Spike felt a sense of pride and gratitude. He realized that he had become part of something greater than himself. His story had inspired others, and that was a legacy that he could be proud of. Spike was surprised when he saw the philosopher's wife returning to where he was. She carefully dug him up and transported him to a prominent place outside the window of their house. Spike had never felt so important before. He began to feel like he had one more new purpose in life. The philosopher's house was a small sanctuary in this world ravaged by zombies. It was fortified and protected by the standards of a zombie, but it also had a share of comfort and beauty. The philosopher's wife would often adorn the house with little things from time to time, adding to the sense of comfort and beauty. Spike was grateful for this new home. He knew that he would be safe here, and he would be well taken care of. He was surrounded by people who appreciated him and saw him for who he was. He was no longer just another cacti in the desert. He was a part of something bigger, something greater. As Spike settled into his new home, he felt content. He was happy to be where he was and to be a part of this community. He had found this place in this world, a place where he was appreciated, loved, and protected. Despite the apparent strength and safety of his new home, Spike could sense that something was wrong. He could feel a tension in the air, a sense of unease that he couldn't quite place. But Spike was grateful for everything that he had, and he was content with his new home. Okay, this is the finish of the first part. Let's take the second part. One of the reasons 7 Days to Die has been such a success is its unique blend of genres. The game combines elements of survival crafting and horror gameplay, creating a fresh and innovative gaming experience. The Fun Pimps have also been praised for their commitment to improving accessibility in their games. They have added features like colorblind mode and controller support to 7 Days to Die, making the game more inclusive for players with different needs. Despite their success, the Fun Pimps remain a smaller company with a tight-knit team of developers. They are passionate about their work and dedicated to creating games that are both fun and challenging for players. Their dedication to their community of fans has helped to build a strong, engaged fan base around their games. Players feel listened to and valued, which has led to a loyal following for the Fun Pimps. Looking ahead, the Fun Pimps are continuing to work on new projects and updates for their games. They remain committed to their vision of creating games that are both immersive and innovative, and to fostering strong relationships with their community of fans. Before founding the Fun Pimps, Richard and Joel worked together at Electronic Arts, where they contributed to the development of popular games like Medal of Honor, Need for Speed, and The Sims. They eventually decided to strike out on their own, founding the Fun Pimps in 2012. 7 Days to Die was the first game developed by the Fun Pimps, and it quickly became a commercial and critical success. The game has sold millions of copies worldwide and has received high praise for its innovative gameplay and unique mechanics. Richard and Joel have always been dedicated to their craft and to creating games that are both fun and challenging for players. They are committed to exploring new gameplay ideas and mechanics, and to pushing the boundaries of what's possible in inside game development. Looking ahead, Richard and Joel are continuing to work on new projects and updates for their existing games. They remain dedicated to their community of fans and to creating games that are both engaging and immersive. So this is the end of the second part. Let's go to the third part. Game tips. Use a lock-picking perk. The lock-picking perk allows you to pick locks on drawers and containers, making it easier to access valuable loot. This can be a greater way to get more resources and weapons, especially if you're exploring an area with a lot of locked doors. Use a better barter perk. The better barter perk increases the amount of money you get when selling items to traders. This can be a great way to earn more money and buy better items and resources. Use a turret syndrome perk. The turret syndrome perk increases the damage and accuracy of automated turrets, making them more effective against zombies. This can be a greater way to set up a defense system around your base to fend off hordes of zombies. Use a pack mule perk. The pack mule perk increases your carrying capacity, allowing you to carry more items and resources. This can be a great way to gather more resources and equipment without having to make multiple trips back to your base. Use a master mechanic perk. The master mechanic perks allow you to repair items and weapons more efficiently, making them last longer and reducing the need of constant repairs. This can be a great way to save resources and keep your equipment in top shape. Use a science perk. The science perk allows you to craft more advanced items and weapons, such as traps and explosives. This can be a great way to gain an edge in combat and defense, especially against torture zombies like the Demolisher. Use a Touchness perk. The Touchness perk increases your resistance to damage, making it easier to survive in combat. This can be a great way to stay alive and keep fighting, even in touch situations. Use a Master of Stealth perk. The Master of Stealth perk increases your stealth and allows you to move more quickly and quietly. This can be a great way to avoid zombies or sneak past them without attracting attention. Use a Penetrator perk. The Penetrator perk increases your damage and penetration with ranged weapons, allowing you to shoot shot multiple targets. This can be a great way to take out multiple zombies at once, especially if they're in a tight group. Use a well-insulated perk. The well-insulated perk increases your resistance to cold and heat, making it easier to survive in extreme weather conditions. This can be a great way to explore areas without having to worry about the weather conditions affecting your health. So this is the end of the search part. This is all for now. I thank you for watching, every one of you. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.